On the surface, the Elder Scrolls series might just look like your typical high fantasy role-playing games. Knights in shining armor, powerful wizards, taverns, and some colorful characters. But something I love about these games is that once you peel back these layers, there's quite a bit of creepiness and disturbing details to be found. The Dark Brotherhood in its entirety, the vampire nightmares from Oblivion, the Corporus disease in Morrowind, and of course, even your classic haunted house. Well, sort of at least, but maybe I should explain that one a bit. Time to do an investigation of one of Skyrim's spookiest quests, the House of Horrors. Our journey begins in Markarth, aka the City of Stone, and according to the guards, the safest city in Skyrim. Right, totally. Not too long after being in the city, someone named Vigilant Tyrannus asked me about the home he was standing in front of. And of course, Lydia steps right in the way. He's basically wondering if I know anything about this house, especially if I've seen anyone enter or leave, since apparently nobody in the city has. Tyrannus tells us he's a vigil of Stendar, warriors that eradicate Daedra, basically just creatures found in Oblivion, all in the name of the divine Stendar, the god of mercy, justice, and well-earned luck. Mini lore dump aside, they believe this home is being used for Daedra worship, and since my curiosity has peaked at this point, I offer to help explore the house and get to the bottom of this strange mystery. Upon entering the home, I immediately noticed a weird fog everywhere, and there's food left out, fires are lit, the furniture looks clean. It's pretty clear that someone, or something, has been residing here. I'd also like to point out that the background music you'd usually hear while playing Skyrim just completely stops. Creepy. Tyrannus and I make our way down to a locked door, and I begin to hear the faint sounds of whispers that only get louder the closer I get to it. Since the door is locked and I don't have a key, it doesn't budge, but he immediately yells something concerning.
This isn't an ordinary Daedra. We have to get help.
Suddenly, objects are flying off the walls and shelves at us, the whole house is shaking, and a booming voice tells me this.
Weak. He's weak. You're strong. Crush him.
I mean, Lydia and I are both girls, so definitely referring to that Tyrannus guy then. After going back upstairs amidst the chaos, Tyrannus is already stanced up and seemingly ready to fight. Maybe he heard the voice too, or maybe he just assumes a Dragonborn is a filthy Daedra worshipper. Regardless, it kinda seems like our only option is to fight the dude, so I beat him with a mace a couple times and he was done for. Kind of a weakling, honestly. Anyway, the voice speaks to me again and says there's a reward waiting for me after what I've done. The door that was previously locked is now open, and there appears to be some kind of cave system inside this house. Lo and behold, it seems my prize is there waiting for me. A cool looking mace sitting upon a shrine thingy. But sure enough, when I try to take it, yeah, it was a trap. Probably should have seen that coming considering how evil it looks. It turns out Tyrannus, rest in peace, was right. This house does indeed have a Daedric altar where sacrifices are made. Of course, being for the Daedric prince, Molag Bal. Now, the Daedric princes are extremely powerful Daedra that are worshipped by many as gods. Unlike the 9 divines though, for the most part, many of the Daedric princes aren't really that good. For example, you have Malakath, the prince of lies and deception, Mehrunes Dagon, the prince of disaster and destruction, and of course the voice from the shrine, Molag Bal, the Lord of Darkness, Domination, Brutality, and in Morrowind, this title. With that knowledge in mind, it makes sense that he wanted us to destroy Tyrannus, who he deemed as being weak, and he basically says this himself.
The weak would be punished by the strong.
Molag Bal informs us, while I'm literally trapped in his altar, that his rival is Boethia, the Daedric prince of cruelty and torture. Sounds like they'd get along, but okay. A priest of Boethia has been desecrating this altar, and now that we've come along, we can save the priest from where he's been captured and wait for him to visit the altar again. Not just to simply kill him for revenge. No. He wants the priest to submit his soul to him. Of course, you can tell Molag Bal that you don't want to do this, and he will let you go. But that would make for a very boring video, so I did the bidding of an evil Daedric prince. The priest he told us about, Logrolf the Willful, has been captured by the Forsworn, a group of native reachmen in Skyrim who rebel against the Empire. They're a bit more complicated than that for sure, but in terms of just this quest and video, they're dudes who attack you on sight while you're traveling in the area. It was now time to complete a search and rescue mission, and after fighting random necromancers, a bear, and countless Forsworn, RIP to this chicken that got caught in the crossfire, I made my way to Deepwood Redoubt, which is where our boy Logrolf has been captured. So given it's a Forsworn camp, this place is swarming with them. But with my magic and Lydia at my side, hopefully staying out of the way for once, they were no match. After lots of fighting, we eventually find Logrolf, who immediately assumes we're there to kill him.
Are you here to kill me? Slay the mighty Logrolf while he sits tied and helpless.
He then wants to know who it was that sent us on a rescue mission, and at first I try to persuade him that Boethia sent me, then tried intimidating him by saying it was actually Molag Bal, but neither of those answers work, so bribery it is, I guess. I untied the priest and stepped aside as he would basically meet his impending doom at the altar in Markarth. See, I would feel bad for this dude, cause Molag Bal is obviously evil, but he was kinda rude and made fun of me, so sure, I'll get out of the way for you, buddy. We went back to the home in Markarth, where I returned to the altar at the perfect moment.
Molag Bal.
It seems the prince has tried this scheme before, as Logrolf isn't all that scared or shocked. But as Molag Bal puts it,
But I have my own champion this time, Logrolf.
we are now able to take that rusted mace from the altar and are instructed to literally beat Logrolf into submission to him. Okay, maybe I do kind of feel bad for this guy, but there's no going back now, so I take the mace and just start hitting him over and over again. Despite literally getting clubbed to death, he refuses to submit, and I kind of just kill the dude. But then this happens.
You mortals and your frail, limp, pathetic bodies. Try it again.
I guess he literally reverses time here so we could get a do-over or something, but regardless, this time around, Logrolf finally begs for mercy.
I submit, Molag Bal. I submit.
After the Daedric Prince gets the confirmation he needs, he instructs the Dragonborn to make the killing blow. Upon completing his final wish, he replaces my rusty mace with the Mace of Molag Bal, a Daedric artifact that doubles as an enchanted weapon and looks very badass. And with that, Molag Bal says that duty calls in the realm of Oblivion, and to take care of the house while he's away, with an evil laugh at the end, of course. And that, my friends, is the spooky tale of the House of Horrors. Not the best quest in the game by any means, it's kinda short and not all that important, but it's still a pretty creepy tale of an abandoned house that nobody in the city knows anything about, filled with an ominous fog and disembodied whispers. A house with an altar inside for who is perhaps one of the most dark and evil Daedric princes. An altar where the Dragonborn themselves can essentially torture and kill a priest 2 times in a row. It's brutal, but come on, you gotta admit the reward is pretty sweet.
That mace. Get it away from me.
I thought this would be a fun side quest to cover since this video is going up on Halloween. And if you enjoyed, make sure to like, subscribe, and maybe comment on your favorite creepy or scary moment in the series. There's a lot to choose from, but I know one scary fact is that the Elder Scrolls 6 was announced 7 years ago without any teasers, trailers, or official announcements from Bethesda. Or maybe the necrophiliac lady from Oblivion, that's a good option too.